And we are live. Well, it's not like it really matters. Um, Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good night, depending on where you are in the world. Today is a very special day. Today is the very day that we welcome one of my good friends into our gaming group and our YouTube channel and our future. So today, I personally, here at RPG Enlightenment, would humbly and gratefully welcome Chris Johnson. Chris.
Hi there. Wow, thank you. It's really great to be here. And wow, that was quite an introduction. Thanks.
So me and Chris have been talking for a very long time about doing a lot of collaborative videos, and we talked back and forth for quite a while about doing this, and we've come to the realization that me and her work very well together, and it's very easy for me and her to come up with ideas to essentially make videos and create things. So me and her have determined that both I will be joining her channel, which I believe that welcome video is already up, and she will be coming over to ours. As of right now, what me and her have started to do are top 10 RPG gaming videos. The first one will be put out probably within the next week or so, probably a little bit longer depending on editing, because we did have some technical difficulties throughout. But that's the benefit of having software to do so. But this is essentially me just welcoming her. So is there anything that you want to say or introduce about yourself, or let the community know?
Yeah, I'm really glad to be on board with this group. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And Josh is already making a really great addition to the Dargon Gaming Squad, too. It's kind of cool because I think we're in a similar place in our gaming um, history of like we're both kind of newer GMs. Actually, Nate's a pretty new GM too. So I think we have that newer GM voice, and so I think we're exploring a lot of the same things. So I feel like this is a really good fit, and I'm excited to see what we come up with as we go.
So Chris, I mean, tell us about your gaming history. Tell us, what what you can bring to the channel.
So I'm old. I'm not that old, but I'm old enough to remember when D&D first came out. And I sadly never got to play. Like back in the day, I was in like junior high, I was in seventh grade, and there was a club at my school that I never got to join. And, I had transportation challenges. So getting involved with things after school were really difficult. And when I remember talking to some people about it and not really feeling like I was being welcomed to come. So I realized I'm not really sure what the reason is for that at this point in time. It could be they just didn't think I was a nerd, or that I wouldn't enjoy it, or maybe it was because I was female and maybe it was a all guy group. It's hard to say, but it's far enough back that any of those things are possible. So fast forward to about 16 years ago, I guess, I got really involved in Girl Scouting as a leader. And it turned out that the woman I co-led with was a longtime D&D player, and that her husband is a GM, and they met playing in college. And so they invited me, she said, oh, I'm sure I can get him to put something together, let's do that. And so we had some fits and starts. I'm pretty sure I've told this story many times, but we'd get a game started and then stuff would come up, and they had young kids, and then we had, four kids move in with us. We essentially had a foster parenting situation, and, life just got in the way. So we never finished any of those games. We play a few sessions, something would happen, and we never got any further. But that was second edition D&D. They had stopped upgrading at that point. The GM had started, with the original set and had upgraded up to that point, and he was just like, I'm not doing this anymore. I think he maybe wasn't impressed with the newer versions, and so he just stuck with 2 second edition this whole time. So finally, about, well, several years ago, Nate came for a visit, and he and the girls and I kind of discovered that this was something we wanted to do. And Nate made up a quick little scenario for us, and we just pretended we knew what we were doing, and we had a great time. It was really fun. I had dice and stuff, so, and apparently after that, he went home and started really getting into, telling stories to his brother and his family. And meanwhile, I finally got, started looking into it more. I had picked up some books when he was here. And then 3 years ago, we finally got a campaign going. So, I mean, it's just been this really long journey to finally play on any kind of meaningful level of like sustained playing. So he was here for another visit, and my friends put a game together, our GM, and we finally got up and running. Sadly, Nate had to go home. He doesn't live here. He lives in Nevada. And so we were down a party member almost immediately. But 3 years later, we're just about ready to finally finish our campaign. I'm at 20th level. We're all kind of at a little bit different levels. But yeah, so it's been this really long journey, right? And,
Yeah.
We've decided, that we're gonna, not long after we got the game up and running, the GM said, yeah, I'm ready to give 5th a try. I think 5th is gonna be fine. And so I got kind of the cart ahead of the horse, which I'm really glad I did, and discovered YouTube. I discovered the channel, Matt Click's channel, Fistful of Dice, and realized that people were playing games online and that there was all kind of advice. I was hoping to learn how to play by watching, and I got hooked into the community. And, as they say, the rest is history from there. So I'm the only one in our group. Well, Nate has played 5th edition, but as far as the core home group is still playing, I'm the only one who's played 5th edition so far. And, and I've also gotten really excited about many other systems. And so I'm the explorer in the group. Like, we got to check out this. We got to check out that. So I guess for me, as far as what I bring to the table, I think I bring my enthusiasm for exploring other systems, trying different ways of playing. And, I really feel, again, I've always felt like I'm definitely not a storyteller. I don't know if it's part of the natural progression of a player that now I find myself actually wanting to run games. This is a really new development over the last few months, but I'm finally at that point where I kind of feel like I do want to run stuff, but I'm more driven by the desire to play things that other people aren't running, that I'm not seeing the opportunities for, or when the opportunities present themselves are ones I can't take advantage of because of, time zones or work schedules or other obstacles. So, I think I bring a player perspective. I've always felt that's my big function on Dargon Gaming Squad is I'm the player voice. And I think that's an important aspect that gets overlooked on a lot of channels. Everything's all about how do you run the game. But sometimes you need to think about what can we do as players to make the experience better as well. And then, like I said, I think just my enthusiasm for like trying things out, because I think we learn a lot. And even if we don't even if we decide this system's not for me, sometimes we pick up things from a system that we want to incorporate into the system that we love the most. So, yeah. Did I talk like long enough or what?
I just wanted you to give a little bit about yourself, and I think that's a pretty good synopsis of of your gaming life. But yeah, so this is going to be a long time deal where we're just going to be toggling between us here at RPG Enlightenment and over there at the Dargon Gaming Squad, posting up maybe bi-weekly, maybe monthly, depending on availability and scheduling and stuff like that. But we are going to start seeing a whole lot more videos, and we have a lot more planned here on RPG Enlightenment, especially now that we have someone else who can, give us a little bit higher of a perspective on different things. So this is going to be some awesome stuff.
I'm excited. Should be a lot of fun.
And essentially that's all we kind of wanted to go through today. We're going to be doing a whole lot of gaming with a whole lot of other people and doing a whole lot of exploration offline, so that way we can come back and give you the details once we kind of create opinions. So until next time, everyone, welcome Chris Johnson, our newest member of RPG Enlightenment. And until then, may you always seek enlightenment.